a closer look at the doll, he got goosebumps. It was not a mannequin, it was actually a corpse, and that too the corpse of the same woman. The one who just gave him that candy. Halloween is a very popular festival in the Western world. 8-year-old Kyle also had a similar experience that day. Kyle lives with his mom and dad in a block in Delaware State, USA. I had just moved in a day earlier and was super excited for Halloween. Kyle made a plan with his friends that they would all go out at 6 p.m. We will meet and everyone will go to different people's houses and ask them for lots of candies. Kyle and his friends roamed the nearby streets for a long time. They were walking around and they got a lot of candy. But Kyle was a little sad because he still hadn't gotten his favorite candy. Disappointed, Kyle bid farewell to his friends and was heading alone towards his home. When I walk in front of him wearing a pink sweater and jeans, a woman of about 50 years old with long hair passed by. The woman had a bag in her hand, which contained many, which also happened to be Kyle's favorite candy. Kyle is following the woman in the pink sweater for that candy. I started going backwards and crossing one block after another. But after crossing a few blocks, he reached a place. He reached a city which did not seem like a part of his, because there was no one there, even on Halloween night. There is no decoration outside any house in that street, nor was there any human being seen roaming around there. Kyle was a little surprised to see this, because it was only 8 o'clock and it was Halloween night. Often children and adults keep roaming outside till late in the night. Kyle looked around and looked back at the woman. When I turned around, the woman was looking at Kyle. The woman pulled Kyle towards her. Kyle thought that the woman would give her her favorite candy, and so Kyle ran towards her. Kyle and the woman were standing in front of a house. That house looked like it belonged to the same woman that Kyle had decorated so well. I had never seen a house anywhere. It seemed as if that whole house was really. There was a ruin, and all the decorations in that woman's house looked many years old. There was also a tree outside, on which a very scary effigy was also hanging. Kyle, who loved Halloween decorations, looking at the decorations, I reached very close to that woman. The woman gave Kyle his favorite candy and Kyle became very happy. He ate the candy right away. The woman told Kyle that she had many more. All the candies are there, but they're kept inside his house. With that woman in, Kyle and Candy's affair went inside his house. When the woman went inside the house to get more candies, so Kyle went and sat in the hallway waiting for the woman. Kyle could see the same tree from the window of that hall, on which that scary doll was hanging. Kyle was liking that doll so much. Then he thought, why not go near that statue and see it? Kyle came out of the house and started walking towards the tree in the garden. But while walking, Kyle felt as if someone was staring at him from a distance. Kyle looked around and realized that there was a road on the other side. Someone was staring at him from behind the curtain of the house on the side. Kyle, who was now directly beneath the tree and the statue, was there to see whoever was watching him. Diverting his attention from that, Kyle came right below the tree and started looking at the statue. But when Kyle took a closer look at the doll, he got goosebumps. It was not a mannequin, it was actually a corpse, and that too the corpse of the same woman. The one who just gave him that candy. Seeing the corpse hanging from the tree, Kyle started sweating, and then he heard a voice from behind. He turned around and saw the same woman calling him with her favorite candy in her hand. Now that woman looked really scary. Her eyes and tongue had come out and she had turned completely blue. Just like that corpse hanging from the tree, she started laughing loudly while calling Kyle towards her. Kyle screamed loudly after seeing that woman and started running away from the house. While running, he started doing it and he fell down unconscious. After some time, when Kyle regained consciousness, his eyes opened in an unknown room. He turned his eyes around and saw an old uncle and aunt sitting next to him. Kyle's mom and dad were also nearby. Kyle did not know those two old uncles and aunts, but he recognized those curtains, because a while ago someone was staring at him from behind those curtains. Kyle had a very high fever now. Those old uncle and auntie told such truth to Kyle's parents. To his surprise, he was told that Kyle had met a woman, but it was actually the ghost of the same woman who committed suicide by hanging himself on Halloween a few years ago. The dead body of that girl remained hanging on the same tree for many days, because everyone thought it wasn't a corpse but a Halloween decoration. It is said that since that day the soul of that woman is wandering there, and that's why not many people live in this area anymore. And on Halloween, no one wanders around that area due to fear of that woman's spirit. But Kyle had made a mistake that he probably won't be able to forget for the rest of his life.